final press conference for what figures to be, in my mind, the fight of the year. Keith, one-time Thurman and Shawn Porter, World Welterweight Championship, the best fighting the best. Showtime Championship Boxing on CBS, presented by Premier Boxing Champions. The telecast will begin at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time, from no place else. In the capital of boxing, in the city right now, the Barclays Center, in Brooklyn, New York, my hometown. Saturday, June 25th, 2016. And this is what it's all about. And in the last day or so, you've gotten to read some stuff on the internet about people talking about big fights that are going to happen sometime in 2017, 18 months from now. Well, this Saturday night, the best is fighting the best. And it's going to be right here in Brooklyn. It's going to be on CBS, presented by Showtime. It's Showtime on CBS. It's the first fight on CBS in prime time since the great Muhammad Ali fought 30 some odd years ago. I'm proud to be involved in this promotion. I thank Keith and Shawn and all involved for giving me this opportunity to be up here. It's a terrific card. It's a terrific card from top to bottom. It's got a tremendous undercard, a great co-feature, and a main event that boxing fans have been waiting for a long time. I want to bring up two men who were instrumental in putting this together. The first is the gentleman who runs Showtime Sports. Without him, this fight would not be happening. He is behind Showtime on CBS, and it's my pleasure to bring up my friend Stephen Espinoza.
Thank you, Lou. June 25th is a very special day and night for us at Showtime and CBS, and really for the sport of boxing. In the afternoon, of course, we'll have 5:15 live from the O2 in London. We'll have the heavyweight world title being contested. That's Anthony Joshua dominant Brazil. And then, as Lou said, the return of boxing to prime time on CBS for the first time in nearly 40 years. An event like this takes the cooperation and support of a lot of people. First and foremost, the fighters themselves. And this was an easy fight to make. Shawn and Keith, for all that's been written, all that's been said, neither one of them hesitated a split second in taking this fight. So, first of all credit goes to them for taking this fight, a difficult fight for both of them on a big stage. To, of course, my favorite venue for boxing, and certainly the premier venue on the East Coast for boxing. This is a special event, and it deserves a special venue, and the Barclays Center is exactly that. Boxing sometimes takes criticism for not making the right fights at the right times, and for taking too long to make the right fights and letting things marinate. And I think one of the bad habits we have within the sport is we spend a lot of time thinking about fights that don't get made, or might get made, or should get made. But right here, we have the right fight at the right time in the right venue. And so I think it would be a disservice to the guys who are up on this platform and everyone else who's put so much time into this event to not recognize what is going on Saturday night is something very special and very exciting. So we at Showtime are very proud to be bringing you a very exciting day, cementing our place as the top network for boxing in the U.S. and ultimately worldwide. We're proud to be involved, and we're excited about Saturday night, and we will see you then. Thank you.
I'm proud to bring up this next man and call him my friend. He's been totally dedicated to making Brooklyn a capital of boxing, not only in this city or this country, but in the world. He's launching in a big way the Brooklyn boxing brand, and trying to have that brand signify excellence in the sport of boxing. And a fight like Keith Thurman against Shawn Porter does exactly that. Saturday night, there also will be a tribute. We mentioned Muhammad Ali was the last fighter to fight on CBS prior to these two gentlemen, and there will be a ceremony on Saturday night during the the night's program to honor the great Muhammad Ali. So I want to bring up my friend, the CEO of the Barclays Center, Brett Yormark.
Thank you, Lou, and to everyone that are here today. It's an exciting week at Barclays Center. Tonight we host the NBA Draft, the weigh-in tomorrow on our plaza, and then finally the big event on Saturday night. Momentum certainly has been building for this fight, and we are on pace for the biggest attended boxing event since we've opened the Barclays Center in the fall of 2012, so it should be a spectacular event Saturday night. As Lou said earlier, fans can expect what might be the fight of the year. So we're very excited about bringing a great night of fights to Brooklyn. It's an honor to welcome Keith and Shawn back to Brooklyn. Both have fought at the Barclays Center, and we wish you both good luck. I'd also like to recognize undefeated super welterweights Jarrett Hurd and Oscar Molina, who will be making their debut both in Brooklyn and at the Barclays Center. So welcome to both of you. I'd like to also acknowledge undefeated Brooklyn boxers Adam Konacki and Heather Hardy. It's become tradition to have both of you fight in our ring, and we know how popular both of you are with the fans, so welcome back. I'd also like to thank Premier Boxing Champions for your continued support of Barclays Center. Also a big thank you to Steven Espinoza and his Showtime staff. As we've heard before, this will be the first primetime fight that CBS has broadcast since the first Ali Spinks fight in February of 1978. So it's a big moment for the boxing community for sure. And finally, I'd like to recognize Lou and his incredible team for continuing to deliver great fights at the Barclays Center. We look forward to hosting all of you Saturday night, and thank you for being here.
Saturday night, the doors are going to open sort of early as they always do. Somewhere in that kind of 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock range, fights will begin. And what we've done this night, as we did the past fights recently we've done in the Barclays Center, is it's a full night of boxing, competitive fights from the beginning to the end. So you want to get there early because it's an undercard chock full of talent. That talent includes undefeated Spanish Olympian Jonathan Alonso, fighting one of the toughest fights of his career to this point in time. NABF Junior Welterweight title involving one of ESPN's prospects of the year, Regis Prograis, who's making his first appearance at the Barclays Center and in New York. Jose Vargas, an undefeated prospect, promoted by Mayweather Promotions, is on the card. It's a terrific card. Adam Konacki fighting a very, very tough fight against an opponent that's with an excellent record, and one that's going to test him. David Benavides, 14-0 from Phoenix, Arizona, undefeated sort of phenom. He's in with Francine Tutu, 16-0, undefeated from Canada. This is really a loaded undercard. I just want to bring up a young lady who she's fought more times in the Barclays Center than any other woman, and she's also taken up the mantle of advocating for women's boxing. And just to say a few words on behalf of the fighters on the undercard, I bring up Heather Hardy.
Thank you, Lou. I'll be fighting Saturday night. I'm very excited about that. But what was more exciting to me is that Lou and PBC and the Barclays Center has given me a chance to show the world females fight too. There are so many of us, and it's not just me. So to be on a card of this magnitude, I just want to thank everybody, and I look forward to putting on a good show.
Showtime in recent weeks, you've seen some of the very best junior middleweights in the world, super welterweights, however you want to describe them. I prefer junior middleweight. But they've been fighting on Showtime because Showtime has made this weight class one of the ones that they're really featuring and highlighting. And so it makes sense that on Saturday night on this Showtime on CBS telecast, that there's going to be another significant matchup in the super welterweight junior middleweight division. Oscar Molina, undefeated, 13-0, 10 KOs from Norwalk, California. This 26-year-old Mexican-American was a 2012 Olympian and had an outstanding amateur record of 142 wins and 26 losses. This is by far his biggest fight on the biggest stage, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he performs, rises to the occasion. It's my pleasure to bring up Oscar Molina.
Good afternoon, everybody. I want to start off by thanking everyone for being out here. Thanking CBS, Showtime, DiBella, PBC, and you know what can I say? I'm ready for this. I'm more than ready for this. This is what gets me up to to train these type of fights. The type of fighter I'm fighting, he's young, undefeated, a prospect like myself. So I know it's gonna be a tough, hard to fight, and I'm more than ready for this. Quiero darle gracias a todos por estar aquí. Estoy listo, estoy emocionado para esta pelea y tengo un peleador duro enfrente de mí y estoy listo para salir a ganar. Y pues gracias a todos por venir y los espero el sábado. Muchas gracias.
One more time, the start time for this Showtime on CBS telecast is 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time. Tickets are available, Ticketmaster.com, BarclaysCenter.com, the Barclays Center box office, and the lower bowl is basically sold out. There are a couple of good seats here and there. If you want them, you better get them today. And the upper bowl has been opened up, and there are plenty of tickets for walk-up in the upper bowl. So I hope to see you all there, and if not, tune in to Showtime on CBS. I'm not going to talk about these two gentlemen because enough has been said about them, and boxing fans know who they are. They've earned that. I'm not going to talk about friendship or respect because this is not... What? I'll get you in one sec, Jared. Might as well finish the spiel since I'm right here. We're not going to talk about friendship or respect because the time for that is not right now. I mean, that's been there in the past, it'll be there in the future. This is all about two guys that want to get in the ring and feel that their future is dependent on beating up their opposition and getting in there and asserting their superiority. It's what every fighter wants to do in every fight, but in a fight of this magnitude, it rises to a different kind of level of importance. So that's what this fight week is about. That's what Saturday night's about. So I'm not going to have to introduce these guys much, but I'm going to introduce Mr. Hurd. I probably wanted to forget Jared because you beat the hell out of one of my fighters in your last fight. Jared's last fight was on Showbox. He fought Frank Garza. Frank was a big favorite based upon the experience he had to that point in time. And Jared threw a whipping on him and really asserted himself as an up-and-coming fighter in the 54-pound division. So Jared Hurd.
How's it going, everybody? I'd like to say thank God for this opportunity. I want to thank DiBella Boston, PBC, and everyone that's attended here tonight. This is a great opportunity for me. Like my friend said, I had my last show on Showbox back in November. I had an opportunity similar to this. Gary Russell was supposed to be the main event, and I was fulfilling and became the main event of the fight. So, I went out there and did what I was supposed to do. Put on a wonderful performance, and like this opportunity I have now, filling in for Abner Marquez and his opponent, and we're gonna go out here and I'm gonna go out here and put on another terrific performance. Oscar Molina, he's an Olympian. Prepared for. He got a lot of experience. And, he's a crafty fighter. So we're gonna go out there and do just what we know what to do. We train hard for this fight, and put a wonderful show for you.
Fighters don't rise to this point in their career or to this level of excellence without having excellent people around them. And both Keith and Shawn are fortunate to have excellent people around them. Shawn's a boxing guy. His dad's a boxing guy. If you ever had the opportunity to sit around and talk boxing with them, there were a few that are more fun to discuss the sport with or more knowledgeable. Kenny Porter is one of the best trainers in the game. Obviously has a unique relationship with his son. And it's my pleasure to bring up Shawn's trainer and father, Kenny Porter.
Good afternoon. Thank everybody for coming out today. Thank Mr. Thurman, Dan, man, Mr. Hurd. Don't want to forget Mr. Hurd, Mr. Molina. It's great to be here. It's great to be here with Shawn on this stage. This is not something we just started getting ready for in a previous camp or fight before this or in the amateurs. This is something he started getting ready for from birth. I've always in my mindset had a mindset to put my son in a position to excel in life. No matter what we did, I wanted him to excel in life, excel in the classroom, excel in the schools that I put him into, excel in the neighborhoods, communities that I brought him up in, excel in everything that he did, and he has not disappointed. I know these guys are going to come out and give it everything they got 1,000% on Saturday night. We are prepared to take the championship. Great guys over here to my right. On fight night, it's just going to be everybody giving it everything they got. I'm bringing everything I got to the table. We done left no stone unturned in preparation for this fight. So I just want to wish everybody well. Everybody come on out. Thank the Barclays. Thank Lou DiBella, Promotions, Showtime, CBS, PBC, Premier Boxing Champions. This is great. Enjoy yourself Saturday night.
Similarly, Keith has a great trainer, one of the best in the game. People remember the work he did with an all-time great, Wiki Wright. He's been around Keith for years and years. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention a guy that was a personal friend of mine and a person I looked up to in the sport who had a lot to do with Keith's development, but Dan picked up from where Ben Getty left off and created a great champion. So it's my pleasure to bring up one of the very great trainers in boxing and a good guy, Dan Birmingham.
Thank you for the kind words, Lou. We're ready for this fight. Keith trains his butt off every day, and we know Shawn and Kenny well. I brought him to my gym a couple of years ago. Shawn and Keith did a lot of rounds together, so we know that he's a tough fighter. But that being said, I think Keith Thurman is the most gifted guy in boxing right now. He does everything right. He boxes, he punches, he knows when to turn it on. And Saturday night, we're looking for a great fight. And I know in my heart we're going to be victorious. Thank you.
These gentlemen have both accomplished a tremendous amount in their careers already. But they have a drive that only champions have, and that drive is to be the very best, to assert yourself as numero uno. And both these gentlemen want to be the successor to Floyd Mayweather. Both these gentlemen know what it means to be considered a pound-for-pound great and the best in the game. I talk to their manager every day. I've talked to both these guys. I've talked to Danny Garcia, who has the BC championship. I've talked to Errol Spence, who's going to be fighting an elimination to fight the winner of Vargas and Kell Brook for that championship. I've spoken to Eddie Hearn, who has Kell Brook, and this morning I actually spoke to Bob Arum, who has Mr. Vargas. And one thing that we're in agreement of is the best want to fight the best. It starts Saturday night. The best are fighting. The best two welterweights in the world right now are fighting each other on Saturday night. The winner of this fight wants to be the best in the world. And I'll tell you that before the fall of 2017, there will be a total unification of the welterweight division. And that's something that both these great champions want. And it's my pleasure to bring up a young man who's one of the finest young men, I think, in the sport, a great fighter, Showtime Shawn Porter.
Yeah, I think Lou thinks he's gonna promote that unification fight. Is that what's going on, Lou?
Wouldn't mind.
I think he set all y'all up. It's showtime. What time is it? What time is it?
It's showtime.
All right. I just want to make sure y'all still awake. Listen, it's here. It's here. It's been long anticipated, long waited, and it's here. And I can't tell y'all. I can tell you, I've never been more excited to fight in my life, and I just think that that's a blessing, you know. And people say, well, you get hit for a living, how can you be excited to do that? And I don't know, it's just something that God put in me, that, you know, along this journey I've been able to learn the basics. I've been able to excel in the basics and find myself in a position where I'm able to be very, very successful at a sport that is considered dangerous, a sport that even though you have fun with it, you get hit. So that is what it is. But I'm excited to get in there and not get hit. I'm excited to get in there and control this ring, control this fight, and take home that WBA title. And with that being said, it's showtime. We'll see y'all tomorrow in a couple days. We'll see y'all. Thank you.
It's showtime on CBS.
There you go.
There you go. This gentleman I've been actually watching from afar since he was a young teenager. I don't think I've ever seen a guy improve over time as much as I've seen this guy improve. There's a reason he's an undefeated champion. Nickname is one time, and that's because that's all it really takes for him to hit you, potentially to put you to sleep. And he has that tremendous equalizer in any fight he's in, but he's really become a complete fighter. On Saturday night, I said, you know, you got the best here, and you have the best right here, the champion of the world, Keith Thurman.
Thank you, Lou. What's up, everybody? You know, I want to thank PBC, CBS, Showtime, you know, Lou DiBella, my team, Shawn and his team. You know, this is a great fight, man. Just like the great man on my shirt that I'm wearing today, Muhammad Ali. You know, this is what the boxing fans want to see. They want to see the best fight the best. And I truly believe that you're looking at the best, you know, two of the best welterweights in the welterweight division today. It is an honor, it is a blessing to be on this platform. I'm truly excited to be back at the Barclays. It was the Barclays Arena was the first time that I truly felt the love from the fans that made me feel like I made it. So I'm really excited to be back here. I'm really looking forward to the energy that I expect to be in the arena on the night of the fight. Like Dan said, you know, we're prepared for this camp. You guys know the history of how this fight got put together and a little bit about the postponement. But you know, we recovered and we're happy, man. We did what we needed to do to make this fight happen and to be prepared for this fight Saturday night. You know, right before I go and you know, as I think about this fight over and over, as the clock is ticking, as I put my title on the line, as I put my undefeated record on the line, as I fight somebody that I love and I admire, you know, these are dreams coming true for me. You know, sometimes I really feel like I'm living a dream. Sometimes I just sit back and I think how amazing it is where I came from, how I was raised from Ben Getty, the one man that believed in me before I could even believe in me, you know. And the time is now. It's funny because growing up, he used to always say, it's right around the corner, boy. Your moment, your time, it's right around the corner. I said, Coach, the bus stop is right around the corner. I don't know what you're talking about, you know, but it is here. You know, he was a wise man and he knew what he was talking about. And just like Ali said, Saturday night, Keith one-time Thurman, I'm gonna show you how great I am. Tune in, buy your tickets, be there. It's gonna be one heck of a show. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you for all joining us. We're going to pose the fighters. They'll be available for one-on-ones. Thank you. Be at the Barclays Center Saturday night. If you can't be, it's Showtime on CBS, presented by Premier Boxing Champions, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time. Thank you all.